Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
I'm going to share with you some of John Deaton's most recent comments in which he states huge exculpatory evidence is right in front of us. And that's a quote, by the way. Huge exculpatory evidence. Proving, of course, that Ripple and XRP holders were on the right side of history. That's for damn sure. And also I want to run through this article from a few days back from XyCrypto. Because it's perfect for this topic. But this one's titled, Former SEC executive convinced there's a good chance the government agency will lose XRP legal brawl with Ripple. Plenty to discuss here, but before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I'm not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun, damn it. And if you don't like it, well, you can just get out. It's my channel, damn it. I do what I want. Here we go from attorney John Deaton. Huge exculpatory evidence, which you can see he wrote up here in all caps for good reason. The August 20th, 2018 meeting between Clayton and Hinman with Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz. This meeting is 2.5 months after the Hinman speech declaring Bitcoin and Ethereum non-securities. Frustrated that only 2 of the top 3 cryptocurrencies were provided regulatory clarity, Garlinghouse and Schwartz asked what they could do to achieve similar clarity for XRP, with Garlinghouse declaring, quote, Ripple is living in purgatory because of this lack of clarity regarding XRP, end quote. And indeed, John Deaton's not kidding. It's been a while, but you may recall XRP was literally number 3 in terms of market cap at the time. And it wasn't uncommon over the years from time to time, XRP to knock Ethereum out of the number 2 spot. It happened a number of times. And look, and I still think, by the way, my fun little bit of speculation here, I will not be surprised to see XRP back in the number 2 position at some point before this is all said and done. And maybe we'll have to wait a bit. Not even this. Actually, I'll tell you this. I'm not even convinced necessarily that we'll need settlement or full adjudication to see that happen. Because say Ethereum is, well, Ethereum's already run up insanely, right? But let's just say that it finishes its run and it starts going back down, correcting to the downside. Well, if XRP launches at some point after that, those things going in tandem, like even that could be enough. If it just goes parabolic just from FOMO, just pure speculation, even outside of what's happening in the case, because the vast majority of trading occurs outside the United States anyway. About 95% of trading occurs outside the United States. Well, if it goes on a run, folks, it's not going to matter. Just don't be surprised if XRP ends up at some point back in the number 2 spot, at least for some period of time. John continues, at that moment, if Clayton and Hinman truly believed XRP was a security, they would have informed Garlinghouse and Schwartz right then, right there. Instead, Clayton responded with the following. The meeting was not the proper forum for a discussion about that topic. That's a quote. Neither Clayton nor Hinman informed Garlinghouse that XRP was a security. Instead, Clayton said, Here's a quote from the piece. Then asked Garlinghouse to back up from that issue and steered the meeting to a discussion about Ripple's business in technology. And then John writes, in fact, at the end of this August 20th, 2018 meeting, Clayton, quote, encouraged the Ripple executives to continue ongoing discussions with the staff, the Division of Corporation Finance. And then John says, at no time during this meeting did Clayton or Hinman or any other SEC official indicate that ongoing sales of XRP in August 2018 were securities. And remember, the SEC had conducted a Howey analysis of XRP dated June 13th, 2018. If that memo concluded XRP was a security, Clayton and Hinman would have informed Garlinghouse that XRP was, in fact, a security and would have told him to stop selling it without registration. Folks, think about that. If that were the determination, that sure as hell would. They wouldn't have waited. Think about it. 2.5 years later, they did their analysis. June 13th, 2018. Is this a bit fishy? I mean, come on here. John Deaton's absolutely nailing this. It's just completely absurd. They're insulting our intelligence, folks. I'm telling you. What a bunch of asshats. So, that's the reason he started out his comments by saying, this is huge exculpatory evidence. It couldn't be more obvious. So we just wait. If we get to see these documents one day, I highly suspect there's information in them that just destroys the SEC's case. I'm speculating, but I bet it would just destroy their case. Would not be surprised to find that anyway. And then John Deaton states, the truth is the first time Ripple or its executives are informed that the SEC considers XRP a security is 2 years later, in September of 2020, only 3 months before the lawsuit. By the way, Ripple was first informed XRP's a security less than a month after this. Then he pointed this. I'm not going to read the article, but here's what he was pointing to. He linked to it. August 25th, 2020. Consensus acquires Quorum platform from JP Morgan. And so Consensus, of course, is Joe Lubin's organization where he's just trying to do all sorts of stuff utilizing Ethereum specifically, that platform, including what they're getting into stuff with cross-border payments. So they are trying to do, just in a different way, but they are trying to solve the problem that Ripple's trying to solve. Now, in terms of settlement, I haven't seen anything. If anybody has seen it, I'd be super curious. Let me know. I don't pretend to know everything. I've seen nothing about any sort of approach regarding settlement. They've just publicly stated that they're going after cross-border transactions just in a general sense. So if there's something with settlement, that I'd be super curious about because I've not seen it to this point. But either way, the point is, this is a competitor, and this is the government picking winners and losers. Now onto this piece from XyCrypto. Former SEC exec convinced there's a good chance the government agency will lose XRP legal brawl with Ripple. And this topic, actually, in at least one recent video, I was talking about it a little bit because it was covering an interview between Tony, who runs the Thinking Crypto YouTube channel, and Joseph Hall here. Blockchain payments firm Ripple has been making great strides in its long-standing legal battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. And now, a former executive at the SEC believes that the case, which centers on the XRP cryptocurrency, will most likely end with the securities regulator losing. It's beautiful to see that in an article. Isn't it just beautiful to see that? Most likely will end with the securities regulator losing. Exactly. Which is why I still think, because I think they know this too. I think it's so much more likely that we're going to see settlement, in particular if Ripple is allowed, if Judge Torres finds that Ripple is allowed to argue their fair notice defense. I'm telling you, if that happens, you think SEC is going to risk taking them to trial? Because if they lose, understand, like all the other people that they'd love to sue into oblivion can argue the same thing. Hey, we didn't have fair notice either. It would just completely destroy. So you think that the SEC is going to risk that? It makes it a lot less likely. I think it makes it a lot less. So I think that they're waiting on that. And don't be surprised if we just wake up one day after that, in particular after that point, we just wake up one day when there's the news that settlement has occurred. It'll be such a glorious day. I would love for that to happen. But nothing's guaranteed, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that at some point. Anyway, the meat of the suit is centered around the agency's claim that Ripple, along with co-founder Christian Larson and CEO Bradley Garlinghouse, traded almost $1.4 billion in their cryptocurrency XRP through an unregistered securities offering. The case has so far seen many twists and turns, with Ripple scoring key procedural victories along the way. In an interview with Thinking Crypto released on YouTube, former managing executive for policy at the SEC, Joseph Hall, said he thinks Ripple's fair notice defense is quite strong. And here's a quote. "I'm very sympathetic to that argument. It's a basic due process argument. The Ripple network was operating for years before the last-minute filing of a lawsuit against them." End quote. As you know, Ripple was in operation since 2012, but the SEC lodged its scorching complaint 8 years later in the waning days of the SEC chair and other key decision-makers. Hall doesn't understand why the SEC decided to file the lawsuit or what it is really trying to prove with the XRP litigation. Right. So that's why there's so much speculation regarding the motives of these former SEC officials, most of them former SEC officials, the ones we keep talking about the most, like Jay Clayton and Billy Boy Hinman. Well, there's a reason with all the appearances of impropriety and all good things for Ethereum, which is apparently a competitor of Ethereum and XRP. This does not pass the smell test, folks. This one-of-a-kind lawsuit will not only decide Ripple's fate, but could also have a lasting impact on the entire cryptocurrency industry. Yeah, that's what I was saying. As Hall sagely points out, the SEC's entire regulatory project could be drastically shut down if they lose on the merits. And I think there's a pretty good chance that they will lose on the merits. That's a quote from him.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.